Namaste and heartfelt gratitude, and also a very warm welcome to this first session of SAMATVA program and to this integrated certification program. It really gives me a great pleasure and joy to see so many educators, learners and change makers and all important stakeholders in the process of education coming together with a shared purpose to reimagine education and be a part of this new system of education at this critical juncture. Today, we are not just beginning a course, we are actually igniting a movement towards more meaningful, significant, conscious, transformative education. This is going to be our journey together through the realms of true education, an exciting, insightful and deeply enriching experience, I'm sure. We are living in a time of profound change, and with National Education Policy 2020, India has taken a bold step forward, moving from rote learning to competency, from marks to mastery, and from information to transformation. But policies alone cannot bring the change. They can only give direction to us. But it is educators, teachers like you who will implement them in the classroom. And that is where SAMATVA actually comes in. SAMATVA is an acronym for Sri Aurobindo and the Mothers Academy of Teachers Training and Value Addition. It stands for a balance, harmony and integration education. Our approach is rooted in a very powerful truth that every learner is a multidimensional being with physical, emotional, vital, mental and spiritual personalities of his own, and these personalities are waiting to be nurtured. True education, therefore, is not about filling minds. It is about awakening consciousness. It is making ourselves aware of the situations, becoming more aware of our own existence. This integrated certification program has been thoughtfully crafted and designed to give you, to provide you and to equip you with a new vision of education, a beautiful convergence of traditional wisdom, conventional practices and scientific advancements, including the futuristic approaches. Anchored in our rich past and aligned with national and state educational policies, NCERT stipulations and other learning outcomes prescribed by other agencies, all within the curricular framework you are used to and you are familiar with. As educators, you will be upgrading your skill and discovering how to transform your classrooms into vibrant spaces of joyful learning and conscious growth. Because today your role is evolving. You are almost expected to be a virtuvian teacher. And we all know what virtuvian man is. It is Leonardo da Vinci who created actually this virtuvian man with absolutely balanced growth and development. You are not just facilitators of knowledge, but you are designers of learning experiences. You are mentors of growth and catalysts of transformation. It is here Sri Aurobindo reminds us the learner already holds immense potential within. So education must help to bring this hidden potential, the latent potential, to the forefront. So in the coming weeks, I invite you to participate actively, share generously, question deeply, and apply what you have learned courageously. Let it not be just another course that you are completing. Let this be a journey of transformation. The way you think, the way you teach, and the way you inspire. I am Dr. Ajit Sabnis, and it is my privilege to walk this path with you. As one of your resource persons, you will see me quite often henceforth. Once again, I wholeheartedly welcome you to SAMATVA. Let us begin our journey, rather this exciting journey together. So thank you once again for being a part of SAMATVA, and I welcome you on board. Now let me take a few moments to tell you what SAMATVA is. SAMATVA is a National Teachers Training Academy with a purpose of empowering educators so that they become true facilitators of integral, joyful learning. Not just adding one more certificate or one more extra feather to your resume, but it is more alive, more conscious, more caring that you would become for children. You will be guides for children. SAMATVA is designed and crafted as a center of excellence for transformative education and then competency-based learning, which means SAMATVA becomes a place where teachers, educators, and all the concerned stakeholders have a possibility, have a chance to grow themselves along with children as an individual, to evolve through reflective practice, through collaboration, and through a deeper understanding of what lifelong learning really means. The new system of education, what we are talking about, the new system of education of which you are going to be a part, is founded on the very profound educational philosophy of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. It is their integral educational vision, a vision where education is not just about grades and marks, but education is about complete blossoming of an individual from within. SAMATVA serves all stakeholders or all aspirants. It serves both in-service teachers, parents who are willing to be educators at home, and also those graduates who are actually entering this noble profession of teaching. It offers several programs. As we go further, you will come to know about it. Along with each program will have their own worksheets, assignments, toolkits, list of activities, examples, age-appropriate activities, and many more. Age-appropriate activities to be used in the classroom are very critical. I do not say that an educator should follow or restrict themselves or limit themselves with only the activities what are mentioned here. Once you understand the essence of it or the spirit behind it, you can come out with more creative and innovative activities of your own and then use them in the classroom. SAMATVA is a place where theory and practice are not separate words, but they are absolutely intricately woven together in practical, meaningful ways that one can actually use them in the classroom. So while you learn methods and then strategies, you're also learning how to nurture body, mind, heart, and soul of every learner. SAMATVA aligns with all the national and state educational policies, age-wise development and learning outcomes as prescribed by NCF and then NCERT, and through its courses and initiatives, SAMATVA endeavors to strengthen the educational fabric of our country, empowering educators with a clear vision, relevant skill set, and a deep commitment to the integral development of an individual child. And that is the spirit of SAMATVA, what we are talking about. If you look at the slide, the infograph on the slide itself, SAMATVA is a movement towards conscious education, and it can be actually understood in under three headings. One is the teacher development, as we see here, and under teacher development it has got certification programs, national education aligned modules, emotional well-being and inner growth, mentoring and peer learning, and under integral classroom transformation activities or modules, we have holistic pedagogies, then classroom mentoring and support, learning environment designs, and reflect, refine, and transform. Competency-based practices are also dealt here with competency mapping, experiential learning, performance assessment, and recognition and growth. So what all we talked till now has been encapsulated in this one slide. SAMATVA is a movement toward conscious education, inspired by the vision of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother, driven by purpose, impacting generations. In a nutshell, SAMATVA is envisioned as a living space where learning becomes a joyful journey of self-discovery. It is founded on the conviction that education goes beyond academics, nurturing the body, emotions, energies, the mind and the spirit, all in harmony, all in synthesis. At SAMATVA, we aspire to restore the wholeness of learning where reflection, compassion and awareness coexist with the knowledge, inquiry and creativity. SAMATVA is not a philosophy. It is neither a sermon, but a new system of education that is inevitable for the future education and for the future generation. It's a great responsibility on our shoulders to prepare our future generation with right equipment, right instruments, and make them the right instruments to serve the nation and to become the worthy citizens of this country. In the words of Sri Aurobindo, the true basis of education is the study of human mind itself. Any system of education founded on the theories of academic perfection, which ignores the instrument of study, is more likely to hamper and impair intellectual growth than to produce a perfect and perfectly equipped mind. As we go further, we shall actually begin to understand the depth and profound relevance of these words. Sri Aurobindo gently reminds us that a learner is not a passive recipient, but a living and evolving consciousness. A child is absolutely dynamic. You are dealing with extremely complex organisms in the universe. Extremely dynamic, constantly evolving. Each child is unique and has unique way of thinking, learning, experiencing, expressing. And if education does not take these things into account, like for example, if we don't take how the mind works, how it grows, how it develops, how it analyzes, how it interprets, and even the most well-designed curriculum can fall short. True education, therefore, begins not with content, but understanding the learner. It asks the observer or the learner, it asks us to observe, to listen, to connect, to recognize that the mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a power to be awakened, trained and harmonized. And when we align our entire conventional teaching methods with this deeper understanding, education starts transforming. It becomes more and more natural, more joyful, more effective, more conscious, and it becomes truly meaningful. As educators, this insight invites us to shift from teaching subjects to nurturing minds, and that shift makes all the difference. I would like to repeat this quote from Sri Aurobindo: "The true basis of education is the study of human mind. Any system of education founded on the theories of academic perfection, ignoring the instrument of the study." What is the instrument of the study here? The mind is the instrument of the study. And if we do not If we ignore this instrument of study itself, it is more likely to hamper and impair the intellectual growth than to produce a perfect and perfectly equipped mind. Let us remember this. Let this form the basis of our future journey. I would like to place before you now at a very frequently asked question, why SAMATVA? And how is it different from other courses? Now let me tell you how it is different from other certification courses. SAMATVA is not just another training program. It is very carefully and thoughtfully crafted educational approach, blending the principles of integral education, holistic education with complementary educational practices. It brings together the timeless ancient wisdom with the evolving needs of 21st century classrooms. At its core, SAMATVA helps educators to develop not only essential 21st century skills, but will also help in developing critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and conscious communication. And at this point in time, it is important for me to draw your attention. One of the most desired skills that is required in the 21st century is multitasking. As we go further, I'll explain this, what multitasking skill really means. But more importantly, SAMATVA introduces you to a transformative pedagogy rooted in experiential learning. Here, learning is not limited to theory. It is lived, experienced, explored, and absorbed. SAMATVA places a very strong emphasis on 360 development, what we call the fivefold development, encompassing all the 5 dimensions of our personality: the physical, the emotional, the mental, the psychic, and spiritual dimensions. And not only of a learner, but also of the educator. Further, the vision of NEP 2020 deeply aligns with this ideology of all-round development and competency-based education, skill-based education. Through this program, you will be actually empowered to design your classrooms that are vibrant, engaging, self-explorative. Classrooms where curiosity is encouraged, where learners participate actively, and where joy becomes an integral part of learning. A classroom should become a joyful experience in learning and teaching. We prepare you to effectively implement competency-based learning and pedagogy, moving beyond the rote methods towards mastery and its application. And importantly, this is also a certified course offered in collaboration with NAC accredited Sanskriti University of Mathura, adding both credibility and academic value to your professional journey. So when we ask why SAMATVA, the answer would be simple. It does not inform, it transforms. It does not train, but nurtures the educators who can actually shape the future of education. It empowers them for the inevitable future. It launches them in a trajectory of true education. As a quick takeaway, you have 6 points on the infographic, what is available to you. Let me read it for you. Number 1 is blend of integral education with the contemporary education and helps educators to develop essential 21st century skills. This is the essence of what I explained till now. Number 2 is transformative pedagogy rooted in experiential learning, and it teaches you to focus on how fivefold development is aligning with national education policy can actually be implemented in the classroom or in a school environment. Number 4, empower educators to design vibrant, self-explorative and joyful classrooms. It also helps you to prepare for imparting the competency-based learning. Now let me take you through the various programs that are being offered by SAMATVA. SAMATVA, in academic collaboration with Sanskriti University, offers short-term intensive certification courses that actually translate the vision of true education into concrete school-based and anchored in child-centric experiential integral pedagogy. Through these various programs, it equips educators in the areas of growth-oriented assessment, value education, and reflective teaching, enabling them to design learning experiences that actually address all our 5 aspects of our personalities, namely the physical, vital, mental, spiritual, and the psychic dimensions. Under school mentoring program, it also supports school leaders and the management and educators through training in vision building, school culture, academic leadership, complemented by mentoring, school visits, and online sessions. 5 programs that are currently being offered in this academic year can be seen from the slide which is in front of you. First one is 12-week SAMATVA integrated certification course, which actually forms the highlight of SAMATVA course. It approximately translates into about 60 to 70 hours of total training. Number 2 is SAMATVA Integral Education Certification course. Third is SAMATVA Capacity Building Programs of 1 day and 2 day, 8 hours and 16 hours, aligned with capacity building programs of CBSE. Taking the modules of CBSE, it goes beyond the conventional realm of the modules what we listen as capacity building programs. Fourth one is a special school mentoring program which I explained above. And the last one is SAMATVA Teacher Counseling and Wellbeing program. This program is absolutely new, and this is where we actually try to understand with what kind of baggage a teacher enters the classroom. We all know that if a teacher enters the classroom and children see the teacher happy, children are automatically happy. Which means to say, children exactly exhibit the same attitude with what the teacher enters the classroom. Happiness motivates, we will learn it further as we go further, and we will be adding a few more important courses as we go further, including inclusive education, and all course details are available on SAMATVA website, the URL of which is samatva.academy. I appeal to each one of you to visit SAMATVA Academy so that you will know when exactly the courses will actually commence. We will be commencing the courses very shortly. However, let me touch upon SAMATVA's 3 months program a little elaborately in the next slide. SAMATVA Integrated Certification course, which is identified as SICC 01, is approximately 60 hours of online modules, online learning, and about 15 hours of classroom experiences. If working teachers do not opt for classroom experience due to time constraint, they have to undergo about 4 hours of extra classes and with an extra assignment. This is primarily to understand as to what kind of classroom practices they are already engaged with. And on the flip side, if freshers wish to spend more time to acquire more experience or to intern with us, SAMATVA may consider their request depending upon the availability of slots with Auro schools, which are practicing the principles of this education philosophy. Certificate to this course is jointly issued by Sanskriti University Registrar and SAMATVA. Of course, I take this opportunity to invite you to visit the website of Sanskriti University to more about their various programs, about its size, various academic programs, various disciplines, etc. This course is university recognized and will add an extra edge to your resume. This course will expose you to new teaching aids, innovative tools like integral learning ratio ILR, subject enrichment programs, and it goes beyond the understanding of Bloom's taxonomy. It in fact enhances the understanding of Bloom's taxonomy by adding several more action verbs than what is specified. The module details are available on SAMATVA website. In its essence, the slide in front of you shows what we have talked. You may take a look at it leisurely. We have already begun our journey together and we are on board now. Before we take off, let me acquaint you very quickly with a few important course guidelines. First, I request you to listen to these guidelines carefully and you will get an opportunity to take screenshots. And these guidelines are also available to you on the website. And it is very much applicable to the first the 60 hours course SICC 01. This particular course is structured into 12 units comprising of about 35 modules amounting to approximately 60 hours of learning and 15 hours of classroom training. Modules are designed to be about 90 to 120 minutes duration. And since these are recorded sessions, participants are free to take screenshots whenever they feel for their personal reference. And this program will include at least 3 online sessions conducted via Zoom. And these sessions will be provided an opportunity for direct interaction with the resource persons where participants can actually come out with their doubts and get clarified. Queries must be submitted in advance through the official email which is provided to them on the website. Each module will be followed by an assignment in the form of multiple choice questions, MCQs, and these assignments are actually auto-evaluated and participants will receive their results immediately. A minimum passing percentage will be specified for each assignment, and participants who do not meet this minimum requirement must retake the assignment. Progression through the course is sequential in the sense participants can access the next module only after successfully completing the current module and its assignment. At any point, only the current and previously completed modules will remain accessible for the review. Before we move on, take a screenshot of this slide. The next guideline would be, upon successful completion of all the modules, a certificate bearing the joint seal of Sanskriti University and SAMATVA will be sent to the participant to his registered address. A provisional certificate will also be made available for download from the website. Participants will have access to the course content for the duration specified on the official website from the date of enrollment. All official communications regarding schedules, assignments, live sessions, internships, and certification will be shared through the registered email ID and/or the official learning platform. Certification will be awarded only upon successful completion of all the modules, assignments, internship, alternative assignment, and other prescribed course requirements. Last but one, course materials, recordings, presentations will be strictly for the personal learning of registered participants and shall not be reproduced, distributed or shared without prior permission. These are some of the course guidelines which all the participants have to keep in mind. Now let us take a look at the Integral Education Certification course. Just to give you an overview, this course is an 8 hours program. It shall deal with the fundamentals of integral education and converting classrooms into the hubs of joyful learning. This program aligns with NEP 2020 and be considered under capacity building program if required by SCBSE school. Certificate of participation is issued by SAMATVA here also. Highlighting the course guidelines and the points, it's an 8-hour advanced teacher certification program focused on integral and holistic education. It covers 5 domains of human development, addresses NEP and then NCF foundation stage, and strategies for implementing ILR school timetable. That means following the integral learning ratio, how a school timetable and lesson plan can be understood by the educator, and it is available both in online and offline modes and suitable for schools seeking focused professional development with direct application to transformative classroom principles. Let me come to course 3. These are special capacity building programs for teachers in line with CBSE requirements. Certificate of participation shall be provided by SAMATVA. To begin with, we are actually focusing on general topics aligning with CBSE 8 hours and 16 hours requirements under 25 hours of capacity building requirement prescribed by CBSE. They are all aligned with NEP 2020 and CBSE training requirements, capacity building programs and continuous professional development. Flexible options are available, modes of communication, online and offline, flexible module selection, delivered as standalone units that focus on practical strategies, modern pedagogical insights, and structured planning for classroom leadership. We aim to enhance the professional competencies of teaching staff through immersive experiences. And lastly, the module details, as I said earlier, are available on official SAMATVA website. Course number 4 is SAMATVA School Mentoring Program, and it is not a certification program. Under this category, SAMATVA offers a unique opportunity to support management and educators in designing and implementing integral education as a new system of education, aligning with both national and state education policies, new pedagogical practices, creating vibrant spaces for joyful learning and conscious growth, fostering creativity and innovation. If I read what is mentioned on the slide infograph, what you have in front of you, it is a collaborative planning and curriculum enhancement sessions between SAMATVA facilitators and school leadership focused on 5 dimensions of true education. There is going to be 1 year of hand-holding, supporting teachers, classroom observations, feedback, portfolio management and workshops, guidance and training educators on child-centered, experiential, self-explorative, competency-based pedagogies, review meetings with stakeholders quite often as and when that is required. Course number 5, Teacher Counseling and Wellbeing Program. This program is especially for you, not as a teacher, but as a person, but as an individual. This is a very unique wellness program designed for teachers. It is not another training, not about methods, not about techniques, but this is about you, about your energy, your emotions, your inner balance. Our focus is simple. The team works on your personality, build emotional resilience and help you to discover your inner potential, your strengths, weaknesses, and become aware of both your strengths and limitations. This happens one-to-one basis because your journey is uniquely yours. So it is not either or. It is your inner life and your classroom life growing together along with children. Because the reality today is our teachers are under tremendous pressure, in fact constant pressure. The pressure may be emotional, cognitive, relational. You're always thinking, planning, caring, managing. Classroom challenges are there. Parent expectations are there. Administrative demands and your own personal life. And most of the time, you carry all this alone. You show up for your students every single day. But who shows up for you? That is exactly where this program helps. This program is here to support you, to help you build self-awareness, to help you know what is happening within you, to strengthen your emotional resilience, to deepen your reflection. When you're calm within, your classroom is calmer. When you're centered, your children feel very secure. When you're joyful, learning becomes lighter, more alive, more human, more conscious and joyful. So this program is for those teachers who really wish to become catalysts of change. If you feel that it is time now to care for your inner world while growing in your career, this is the moment. This is your invitation to walk this journey gently, step by step, together. Whenever you are ready, we are ready to begin with you. Let me say a few words about career support at SAMATVA. Career support is offered only for the first 60 hours program, that is SAMATVA Integrated Certification Course program, and even there, first preference is for freshers. Those who wish to seek placement support through SAMATVA, they need to fill out the career support form which is available on the website. This filling up a form will help us understand your requirements, your interest and other details. And here I have to place a disclaimer very clearly. SAMATVA does not promise or guarantee you a job. What we do promise is our sincere and honest effort connecting you with potential employers and opportunities. SAMATVA educators are recommended to schools seeking trained and then certified teachers with professional ethics and positive attitude. The training and certification enhance participants' chances of meaningful placement and career advancement. Continuous guidance and support are offered to help educators explore employment options and then professional growth after training. Job placement is not guaranteed, but sincere efforts shall be made to connect graduates with the potential employers. This is the image, the sample image of a certificate of participation and also a certificate of completion, which shall be jointly signed by Director of SAMATVA Academy and Registrar of Sanskriti University. This will be issued to all those participants who successfully complete their course with SAMATVA. This slide shows you SAMATVA's knowledge and academic partners, beginning with Sanskriti University of Mathura, Chirantana, Kathalaya, Mitran Global, Rupantar of Sri Aurobindo Society, all Auro schools which are actually participating into SAMATVA program already, our solutions who are our web designers and then who will take care of the entire learning management system, Sapphire, Sri Aurobindo Foundation of Integral Education and Research. SAMATVA's educational philosophy is actually captured and is encapsulated in the book authored by Dr. Sabnis, 5 Dimensions of True Education, Empowering Educators for the Future. This is available online with Amazon and other prominent bookstores. You can also send a mail to SAMATVA for your needs. This is just to give you an idea of SAMATVA's infrastructure, and the details of SAMATVA infrastructure can be actually better understood by visiting samatva.academy website. As I come to the closing of this introductory session, I invite you to take a deep breath and look within. If you genuinely pause and gently turn inwards, you will see that you're actually standing at the doorway of a new dawn, a new beginning for yourself as an individual and also as a teacher. The next 60 hours are not just course hours. They are actually your 60 hours of meeting yourself, your strengths, your limits, your possibilities, your potentials that perhaps you yourself have not fully acknowledged. From today, I want you to carry just one seed within, a simple inner resolve that I am willing to grow not by force but with awareness and sincerity. As we step further into the main course and its modules, please come with open hearts and open minds to learn, because closed hearts and closed minds and constant justifications for our actions will not lead us to true progress nor to the integral growth of an individual. Growth in SAMATVA is not about judging yourself. It is about seeing yourself more clearly and choosing to evolve consciously. I thank each one of you for the courage you have shown to continue learning, for being willing to look within, and for saying yes to your own inner journey. I once again extend a very warm welcome to this deeper journey of being a teacher, a journey where your inner life and outer slowly come into harmony. The core idea is to empower educators for the future. That is quite different from what we have seen till now. SAMATVA is not a magic wand. It prepares you to run a marathon, yes, but it is you with your inner strength, willingness, and urge to grow as an individual, urge to transform as an individual, as an educator. You will approach this program. Your transformation is a must if you want to see your classrooms transform. SAMATVA is a launching pad. It is a springboard for you to begin a deeper, honest self-exploration along with your teaching. Here you are invited to become truly self-explorative, to look within, to understand yourself, and to grow from inside out. You will be equipped and upskilled with ways of seeing, understanding, and working with yourself, and you will become aware ahead of many others. This inner clarity and emotional strength naturally give you a quite competitive edge, not in a superficial way, but truly in the quality of your presence and impact as a teacher and as an individual person. Thank you very much, and see you soon again. SAMATVA is actually a National Teachers Training Academy under the aegis of Sri Aurobindo Society, established to be the center of excellence in competency-based education. SAMATVA is unique in its approach. It synthesizes and harmonizes the educational philosophy of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother, aligning itself with National Education Policy recommendations of 2020. Its vision is to empower educators for the future and transform every classroom into a joyful space of conscious growth.
SAMATVA is focusing mainly into integral education and practice. With this purpose, we are offering 5 different programs. One is our flagship program, SAMATVA Integrated Certification Program, which is of 12 weeks program where 10 weeks of classes, 2 weeks of internship where they come here, see the integral practices which are being practically executed in the school to have hands-on experiences for them. The second program is SAMATVA Integral Education Certification Program, which is of 1 day as well as 8 hours program. So these two programs are open for aspiring teachers, working teachers, school leaders, coordinators, as well as parents who would like to understand what internal education is all about.
It encompasses the 5 primary dimensions of an individual, of a child, including physical, vital, mental, psychic, and spiritual dimensions. Another beauty of SAMATVA is that it also gives an opportunity to the educator to transform himself or herself also.
Apart from this, we have capacity building programs which are designed based on the school's requirement. And the 4th program of ours is teacher counseling and well-being as well. So to address these student-centered learning, what challenges a teacher is facing or what capacities teacher has. And the 5th program is school mentoring program. Those schools which would like to introduce or practice integral education plus in terms of competency-based learning.
When we move from teacher-centric to child-centric, and then when we move from rote learning to experiential learning, all these aspects have to be taken into consideration. So only cognitive development will not help our kids to be the future citizens of the nation. Every certification course of SAMATVA, so each participant will get a joint certificate signed jointly by Sri Aurobindo Society and Sanskriti University Registrar. The SAMATVA infrastructure, it is with the lowest carbon footprint, and it has also won the appreciation of many professionals for being the most sustainable among the school buildings in the country.